First off, let me tell you that I've done this entire video without my camera on. So, round two, fuck me to tears. What I'm doing is a new series, and it's sex with all the signs today. Aries. It's going to be, let me see if I can remember all the jewels that I just gave to no one. Today, we're going to talk about Aries. And you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not quite jiving sexually, maybe this will help. Maybe this will show you some of the moves you can make to make it a little easier in the transition to whatever sign you are. Because we're going to go through all the signs. But today, this is sex with an Aries. By the way, I'm an Aries. No, not like that. The first thing you need to know about Aries is all signs have correlating body parts, okay? So the body part for an Aries is the face and head. Our sign is the number one. It's the first one of the zodiac. So we're considered the infants, not the babies, the infants, like the first 3 months of life. We're demanding, we're high maintenance, we need a lot of attention. And that's very true of our sign. If you know Aries, we love attention. Aries also likes to be the hero. We stand in front of the bus for people, where we do things because we think it's right, okay? But we can also get in the point where like we're doing the wrong thing and somehow we find a way to justify it because we wouldn't do anything that isn't right. Sexually, we tend to be dominant. Aries energy is very masculine, okay? Even with the women, we are the warrior women, we're the Viking women, you know, and that's great. But secretly, and we don't like to be told what to do. Aries people don't like to be told what to do, but you can lead them anywhere gently, okay? So if you're in a sexual relationship with an Aries, make sure you do one thing: you talk. Because Aries are right here. This is the face. They want to see you. They want to connect to your eyes. They want to see that you're enjoying things. They want to see that you're enjoying things because they want your pleasure makes them the hero. Your pleasure gives them the chutzpah, the feeling of being, of completing a task, of doing things the right way. And they want to see you enjoy themselves, sometimes to the extent where they aren't even enjoying themselves because they're so interested in your reaction to them, okay? They're assertive. They're not afraid to be the first one to bring up sex. But they're embarrassed easily. So if you turn them down, don't be surprised if they get resentful. Or even if it's just because you're tired or something, you better explain yourself, because an Aries will sit there all night and like dwell on why not, what's wrong. They're not worriers so much as they just can't imagine why you can't be on the same page as them. They just don't think along those lines. They're very impetuous. They're very right now, like spontaneous. They're also exhibitionists. So don't be surprised if you're like in the garage, cleaning the garage, and they come over and attack you. That's very Aries. They don't care who sees. They don't really care about other people's opinions that much, except for the ones they love. So like yours, if you're dating an Aries, that opinion matters. So don't embarrass them. That's like a tough one for them to get over. But you can gently say anything, explain anything, okay? They want you to teach them, even though they want to act like they know it all. Do you know what I mean? It's a real dichotomy. They love kissing, because that's face. Remember, everything's face and head. So head massages, playing with each other's hair, kissing, those are great, like aphrodisiacs to an Aries. Ears, great, okay? And they want to see. These are not people that want the lights out when they're having sex. They want to see everything. You would think that all Aries are tops, but the truth is, there's a part of them that wants you to take over. they want to see if you're strong enough to be the top, because ultimately they want somebody to like tell them, as strong as they are, no, you, because they're strong during their life. A lot of people that play dom, like dominatrix and S&M kind of things, the reason why is because usually these people have so much control over their real life that they're looking to release some of that control by giving it over to somebody else. Very similarly, Aries would like you to like tell them what to do, even though if you tried to do that like in grocery shopping, they probably wouldn't be good with it. But in that situation, they want that. They need that. Aries is kind of gender free. They can fluidly run through all the genders. The females understand masculine energy really well, and the male, although they have female energy, they're kind of macho and won't show it, but in behind closed doors, absolutely, absolutely, because there's a difference between male and female Aries, although it's not that big of a difference. Female Aries don't like to be embarrassed. They don't like people to put them on the spot where they look bad, even though they don't care about other people's opinions. It's more about you who are putting them on the spot, making them look bad or making them look wrong in front of people. That's who they're really focused on, not so much the people you're doing, because they don't give a fuck about anything really when it comes to like opinions, except for the ones they care about. So why, if you're their lover, would you put them on that spot? Do you see what I'm saying? Where men, Aries men, they're more macho. I guess the women are too, but in a female way. But Aries men are macho. They don't want people to, again, be embarrassed by people. But you close that bedroom door, man, there is an agenda in the room. They'll do whatever you want. They have no qualms about being, like I said, they will walk to the edge of any extreme, as long as you're like obviously not hurting somebody or whatever, but they will walk that edge to you. Kink is not a deterrent to an Aries. They want to try everything. They're new. They're brand new. They want to try it all. They want to do it all. They like romance, but usually in the beginning, the biggest thing, they also can take forever. Although they're impatient, if you aren't getting to where they want you to go, they will do this all night. And you might have to get up at 6, doesn't matter. And they can go all night too, because the end game is result. Okay, they're usually athletic, so positioning is anything. They are pretty much a do anything, go anywhere kind of person. They love talk. Remember, face, they want to hear it. They want to hear what you think about it. They want to hear what feels good and what doesn't, that kind of thing. It doesn't really have to be, it's visual. It isn't that they like sex talk like a Gemini, or it's visual. They want to see the pleasure in you. Remember that all Aries, when they make love, it's like this big bonfire, and they want it to be like, they almost hear the music in the background while they're doing it. Music is great too, by the way, to bring up to that crescendo, it's almost like a fight. One of the best things you can do with an Aries, like to play around, to get ready, like wrestling is foreplay to Aries. Like if they wrestle around and, get all tickle, whatever. Oh yeah, wrestling is like the beginning of foreplay. As for like outfits or costumes, anything goes really, but probably like one sexy piece, like black lace thong or red lace thong. Remember, red's their color, so they're gonna like red. Black, red lace thong, or like a simple piece. That they don't really go for necessarily all the garb, but they do go for texture, sometimes like leather or fuzzy, like that kind of thing. They're not as tactical with their hands as they are with their eyes. So remember that. And just the line of a person lying sideways with a single thong is beautiful, and that's more something that would turn them on. Also, the spontaneity turns them on. So like if you just want them, if you have a hunger, that's like another thing. With Aries, it can't be like, oh, it's Tuesday, let's have sex. Do you know what I mean? With them, it has to be that hunger. They're all about passion. So it'll be anywhere, at any time, the passion hits. Some of the things that are good, like anal is fine with Aries, male or female, depending on if you're what you are. Anal is fine. They like hair. They like to pull hair. They're a little rough. So, floor sex, sex in uncomfortable places, car sex, that's all a very big Aries trait. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be hot. Like almost think of like Spanish dancing. That's Aries. It's hot. It's fiery. It's war. It's life. It's death. Do you get it? That's an Aries. Now, if you're not into that much passion, then an Aries is going to be a lot for you. And you know, that doesn't make you wrong. It just makes you different. Every sign is different. Every person is different in that sign. So don't worry about it. You can either, if you're in love with a person, you're going to have to come up and match them, because Aries can cheat, but they'll, like, I wish I could say I'm not a cheater at all, but I know that Aries can cheat. They are the heroes and they like to do the right thing. But they need that attention. So just so you know, leaving it alone isn't the answer. If you're having a problem, if you're not matched up with this Aries correctly, then find a way. Don't be inhibited. And it doesn't matter what you look like, by the way, guys. It doesn't matter if they deem you sexual. It doesn't matter what scars, wrinkles, rolls, doesn't matter. Because with an Aries, they don't look at that at all. You're just sex. If they think you're sexy to them, with or without all the flaws. I know that sounds crazy, but I swear to you, they don't think about that stuff. So rip it all off and show it all off, because they don't care. Odors. By the way, an Aries loves sweaty sex. It's almost like exercising to them. So they feel like sex can only be good if they've exuded all, or if they've released all this energy. Sex for Aries is this big ball of energy, and they need to release it, just like I said, just like exercising. So if the sweat isn't dripping down their front and back, they haven't achieved it yet. So they love that kind of passion, so sweat doesn't bother them. So don't worry about it. If you're one of those people like, oh no, I'm sweating, that turns them on. It's not a turn off. And if you're an Aries, you know exactly what I mean. Like the smell of sweat, all that is good for Aries. The smell of sex is good for Aries. Like they are the animals. I guess that's the best way to round it up. Aries have a bit of the animal in them. They're animalistic in the way they approach things. And so they don't mind that side of sex, this side of it that's like, it's like devouring a meal or whatever. Like that's who they are. So I hope that gives you a bunch of information about Aries and how they are. They like toy. It doesn't matter. You know what? Aries aren't as big on toys as a lot of people are, because they want the real thing. They want to feel the sweat on them. They want like touch, you know, they want to feel you grab them and rake their back and rip their hair. So it's a little different. Not to say they won't use toys. They'll do anything. Like they're pretty much omnivores when it comes to sex, but they would just prefer that passion, that instant hot heat, tongue down your throat, ripping at your back, pulling out your hair, kind of wrestling act that is sex, when you are so into it that it's just like that's the way Aries like it. All right, guys. I hope you got a lot out of this series. I hope you're going to like it. Next is Taurus. I don't know when I'll do it, but I'm going to do each and every sign so you get an understanding about sex and the signs. I love you guys. If you'd like to follow me down the rabbit hole that is my life, hit the button down below and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of video, a thumbs down if you don't. Either way, got you watching me. manifest something wonderful in your life. If you know it, think, believe it, you can have it too. Like an understanding of how Aries like sex. And I didn't just use me on this. I like researched books and stuff, just to make sure I'm researching this stuff down to like as fine tuning as I can. So I'm not just going to use my own, what I like, although I'm totally Aries. When I read it, I was like, you're not me. I love you guys. Bye.